Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 1/15/26. Happy New Year, folks. Made it through another year. Quite proud of you. Did you keep your mouth shut? I hope you did. I certainly did. Didn't say a word. No point. What's the point? What's the point of dealing with people anymore? You know what I mean? Argue, debate, bullshit. There's one thing that is absolutely true. And there is a God up there. We're covered in a dome and it's flat, stationary. And all those lights you see up there are just lights in the sky. An amazing light show. That's all it is. How's that comet doing? Where's that now? I had a couple people, because I'd bring it up, when I go grab a bite to eat, This one particular waiter would always say, he solely believes that this @3 Atlas or whatever the hell they called it, it's gone. Gone like the wind, okay? He would always bring that up. He's like, well, what about the comet? That means we live on a globe, right? Well, what about the comet? Where is it? It's coming. It's coming. And what did I tell him as I tell everybody else? That it's nothing but propaganda. And it's nothing but there to keep you conditioned. They keep bringing it up. Oh, and did I hear somebody from the ISS is feeling a little ill? I think I know what happened. I think he got pummeled because he didn't keep his mouth shut. They rang the bell on this guy. They said, "Oh, this guy's going to be trouble. Let's show him a lesson. Let's teach him a lesson." Don't you see how much they're hiding? Don't you see what they are accountable for? If any of this gets out, everything would be shut down. Everything. That's how important this is. It is important to keep you indoctrinated for the rest of your fucking life. And that's it, bottom line. They will do anything it takes to keep you indoctrinated. Well, for one thing, they're bringing in $90 million a day. Of your taxpayers' money. Why wouldn't they? There's some money right there that will go poof. And we would have to have our little money back. Forget about tax refunds. This is what they have to do. They have to keep you indoctrinated as long as they can. And as many generations as they can. They are going to lose a foothold at some point. I don't know when that point will be. I feel it's going to be pretty soon, but who knows? Who knows when that's going to be? But when you're faced with situations like our history has been fucked with, and you can prove this to yourself just by opening your eyes and just doing a little research of your own. There's a museum in one of these states. I don't know where the hell it is. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. They found it, basically. Okay? The architects want to renovate the entire area, clean it up a little bit. It's in some college somewhere. I heard about it. This place, they can't recreate the technology that they did to build this freaking place. So in order to renovate this entire place, clean it up, make it look nicey nice, that has like 35-foot walls and 50-foot walls and marble construction, beautiful. Not like these buildings that we build now. These are shit. This is a shoebox compared to what they used to build. It would cost $1 billion. $1 billion, that's with a B. $1 billion to renovate this entire building. Now that has to tell you something right there. There's shit underneath New York City that you will never see. They just built right on top of it. I told you about my uncle. They couldn't break through this one part. They didn't know what the hell it was. So they built right on top of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All of this stuff is there to hide from you the truth, okay? That there were ancient civilization that used to live here. Several of them, probably. The one thing I would like to know, and it's all, what was their form of transportation? That's the one thing I would like to know. Because, how many cars are there around this area, I mean, alone, there's got to be like 50 million of them. You know what I'm saying? Now you take, Earth itself and count how many cars that there are in the entire population of Earth. How many cars actually exist? I would say hundreds, 100 billion. I don't know, 50 billion. Who knows? Who knows? But my question is, why haven't we found previous transportations? Now, I know about the trains, okay? All right, I know that was completely built by another civilization. They just undug it up, saw the train tracks. Oh, this is something else I found out too, and I think you'll be interested in. Dug up the train tracks and called it their own. Okay, they probably found a caboose somewhere with amazing technology, and then they kind of retrofitted it and make it look like we built it, and it's crap. You know what I'm saying? But my question is, did they have cars? Did they have like the transportation we have? And I don't think they did. I really don't think, because we would have uncovered something, or maybe we're just not digging deep enough. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I did some research on some highways in my area. And then I did some research about the reservoirs that come down from Shokan Reservoir and go into New York City. Okay. What path that they take and what route that they take. Amazingly enough, and I told you about the Sawmill, they made Die Hard 3 around that one, I think, right? When Bruce is trying to come down the tunnel and he pops out of one of these sky holes or whatever the hell you want to call it. That was on the Sawmill River Parkway, by the way. That's true. That does go underneath the Sawmill. But it goes further than that. Okay, I think these highways were developed, or they found them using the aqueduct system. Because they had to build these aqueduct systems somehow. They weren't down there with a pick and shovel and lights. Okay, they didn't have anything back. I mean, they had no electricity back then. 1878, guys. That's when they built the fucking reservoirs. 1878. Think about it. This time will always be burned in your head. When you look at these ridiculous things that they tell us, that this could have been built at that time. In our time of 1878, and the time that we've learned we were like in 1878, riding around on horses, sitting in a little cabin with a fireplace to keep you warm, and a candle right by your bed, okay? Remember those stories? I used to walk to school 5 miles. You know what? That was true. I used to wear my shoes all the way down to when they would just fall apart. This is the history we're confronted with, but yet we're shown these beautiful buildings, these beautiful aqueduct systems, this highway that was developed, obviously, during the time that they built the aqueduct system, before we even had cars, okay? All right? Cars weren't made until 1920, all right? 1914 or whatever. They didn't even become popular until the 30s or the 40s. Having a car, having a fucking TV. My God, a television set that's color was breaking technology back in 1955. Breaking technology. And then all of a sudden, whoop, we just go through like this time travel, and we're sitting here with a complete movie theater in front of us and a computer system. More power than the Apollo 11. Probably 3 times, 10 times, 20 times more power than the Apollo 11 that took them to the moon and back. But yet that technology was destroyed. Don't worry. Don't worry. We destroyed it. We had to destroy it. It's top secret. We will never be able to figure it out, because we'll never be able to get anybody back on the moon. It sounds hysterical. Listen, repeat what I'm saying and listen to yourself. Okay, listen to yourself say it, and it's such bullshit. It is such fucking nonsense, and people believe it. They just shrug it off, just like the illegals were brought here for 4 years. For 4 years, we were overrun with illegals, but nobody cared. They didn't say anything. They could care less. They could care less about anything. They're so fucking indoctrinated. It's unfucking believable. Okay? Unfucking believable. I can't understand how people just can't wake the fuck up. They can't put all of this together and then in the long run see why they're doing this. Why they are doing this. I'll have to put another video out because there was a few other things that I want to talk to you about. But the highway system's important. I believe they created that and they got the ideas of building highways through the reservoirs and managed to just come up with different ideas of where these highways would go. But if you do look, check in your state, look at your reservoirs, and look in the underground tunnels, and then tell me what's above them. I guarantee you it's a highway. Guarantee you it's a highway. Okay? They had to have built this somehow or another with mechanical engineering, and they had to have some sort of truck or something going up building these reservoirs. Okay? Other than a pick and shovel. Yep, that's how they built them. Pick and shovel. That's great. That's just wonderful. Yeah, I buy it. Sure. They got these little flashlights, little candles. You know, remember the lanterns with the little candle on it? That's what they used. That's right. They had about 100 of them down there, and they built these big tunnels, which are 8 feet tall. A fucking dump truck could drive right through it, okay, in 1878, for hundreds of miles. And they did this in such a short period of time. That's right. They did it in less than 10 years. Wow, that's fucking amazing. Let's see. It took the Tappan Zee Bridge to build that fucking thing about 6 years, and it's still not perfect. Or perfected. Unbelievable. I mean, it's just, look at the Brooklyn Bridge. You're telling me that was built back in the 1900s? The early 1900s? No, people. I know the GWB was built back in the 40s. The only reason why I don't need to do any research on that is because that's exactly the same time, because I grew up in a river town. That's exactly the same time when people stopped going to the river. All right. Once that bridge was built, that was it. They're done. There were catering halls. There were beaches. There were all galore, all up and down New York right there on the river. And none. You wouldn't step foot in that river right now. It's so fucking polluted. It's disgusting. You can't even see 5 feet. You can't even see a foot in front of you. It's disgusting. God knows what bacteria is. And you know what's upstate up there? That's a GE plant is all the way up there too. So God knows what chemicals are coming through that. Then you have Indian Point, which supposedly they turned off, but God knows how many chemicals are coming through there. So welcome. You see, our water is dead. Our water was utilized back in other civilizations. It was utilized for energy. Okay, it was crystal clear, vibrant. They created frequencies out of this water to clean it. All right, and they used it for energy. Our water is dead. Look at the lakes. It's dark gray, dead water, as far as I'm concerned. Look at the rivers, dead. Oh yeah, there's fish flying around and swimming around in there, but the water was not. We're not utilizing anything at all. The only thing we can come up with is solar panels, which are shit. Okay. Good luck with those. And when you go sell your house, guess what? That person has to buy the solar panel again. That's great. That makes sense. So wait a minute. I don't understand this. I paid off my solar panels, but so when I go buy, when somebody buys my house, they've got to go through the whole thing again? I think so. That makes no sense. So it's tough enough selling houses now. Now you've got this selling point that you've decided to put these stupid solar panels on your freaking roof, which really don't do shit. And they cost about what, $10,000? They're not even. I mean, it would take 40 years for you to even make a profit on it off of it. So I don't understand. So that's and windmills. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. We did have that back in hundreds and the 1800s, but they used water for energy. Okay. Everything is just so stupid. It's so backwards, upside down. Safe cars. Oh, Tesla. You think that's a green car? You know where those fucking batteries come from? First off, they come from China. Okay? That's a little check mark right there for, yes, it's not green. It's got battery acid inside of it for the batteries. You know, this is not a green car. The thing, if it catches on fire, you can't even put it out. You can't even recycle it. I mean, what is green about this car other than the fact that you're not using gasoline? It's safer and greener to use a gas car than it is on any electric car. And you know, what about here in New York, we go way below zero. 10 below zero, 15 below zero, sometimes we hit 20. What happens to an electric car then, huh? What about all the snow that's collecting on there? Doesn't melt because your engine, you don't have one. It doesn't heat up. Oh, man. It's just one thing after another. I don't even know how I got into that shit. Probably because I've been seeing a lot of these Cybertrucks on the road lately. I don't know if it's the same guy and he's just driving around. You know, I see this ugly looking fucking thing. It looks like a DeLorean on steroids. You know, it's just hideous. And it causes so many problems. And guess what? The bonus is it cost $150 grand. Nice. That's great. Yeah, we should all go electric. Who's going to buy the car for me? Okay, I don't have 150 grand lying around anywhere. No, I don't. I'm not going to pay $15,000 for one of those power stations and install it somewhere where most buildings don't even allow electric cars there because they're a freaking risk. That thing catches on fire, the building's up in flames. Scooters, all of them. Shit. I got off the topic. All right. I lost my concentration. Damn it. All right. Well, this means I have to put another video out tomorrow, I guess, right? Let me get all my thoughts gathered. Hope everybody's doing good. All right. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.